If you can hear that, that's the ceiling fan from the ground floor, so I'm sorry about that. Hi, The Fault in Our Stars is a book adaptation of the book Fault in Our Stars written by John Green. This movie came out in 2014 and it's a romantic drama movie directed by Josh Boone. This movie stars Shailene Woodley as Hazel Grace Lancaster and Ansel Elgort as Augustus Waters. This is going to be a spoiler review, so if you haven't watched this movie, I would recommend you watch this movie first and then come back and watch this review. And if you don't mind spoilers, stick around for that. So that's a spoiler warning. Hazel Grace and Augustus, I'm gonna call him Gus, are two teenagers who meet at a support group for cancer patients. She has thyroid cancer which has spread to her lungs, and he is a survivor of bone cancer, due to which he has to amputate his leg. They both become friends and soon they get close to each other and start to like each other. Her favorite book is An Imperial Affliction, which is about a girl with cancer, whose writer is Peter Van Houten, played by Willem Dafoe, who lives in Amsterdam. But her last wish she already used for going to Disneyland, and so what Augustus does is that he uses his wish to get her wish to come true, because they both want to meet this guy and ask him questions and get potential answers. So they both fly to Amsterdam. He turns out to be a dick and doesn't really care about anything. So they get out angrily. Other than that, the whole trip is going fine and all, but Augustus decides to tell Hazel that his cancer is back and spread to his heart and liver. They come back to their homes, and Augustus asks for Isaac and Hazel to write a eulogy for his death, for his future death, and read it to him before he dies. So they do that, and 8 days later he dies of cancer. The movie ends with Peter Van Houten handing Hazel a letter from Augustus, which is basically a eulogy he wrote for her. The movie ends with an okay, which is like a thing between Hazel and Augustus. I have watched this movie 3 times and read the book 1 time, and the movie itself kind of faded its emotional value with watches. The first time I watched this movie, I cried. Yes, men do cry watching movies. Then I read the book and I cried some more. Yes, again, men cry reading books as well. And then the second and third time I watched this movie, I didn't cry. I felt sad and bad for the characters and all, but the feeling kind of faded. So it's not that good of a. It is not good for repeatedly watching. Good things about this movie is that it doesn't romanticize cancer itself. Like, cancer is an aspect of the movie and it affects the characters in it, but it isn't romanticized anywhere like other many different TV shows and movies try to do. They kind of romanticize it, and it doesn't really feel that good to watch. It feels awkward, but this movie felt real, and the characters and the actors who played those characters, they acted really well and they sold the character. And special props to Shailene Woodley, because she did an amazing job in this movie. She acted really well. The scene where she gets the news of Gus's death, and she starts crying in her bed, like that was the scene in which I cried. That scene, and just the scene before that where they are telling the eulogy to Augustus. Those two scenes, those were really emotionally tensed up for me. And the movie also felt extremely real, like the health issues and financial issues or the parental issues and all these things. This movie dealt with all those things really well, and I really liked that. This movie is overall a really nice film if you are looking for a romantic drama movie. If not, I mean, what are you doing? It's not, this movie is not for you. But if you're looking for that kind of movie, this is a great film. Also, the color palette of this movie was really beautiful. Like the colors itself were really nice and vibrant, and I really liked that. I really liked this movie, and I would recommend this movie. Again, it's not a movie you can watch multiple times because it loses its charisma after a few watches. But I would still recommend this movie. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I'm fucking sweating right now.